I got a video here. I got a sister pointing out that men give up on love, but won't give up on money, right? And I think I know what most of the men are going to say, what they're going to think, but we're here to discuss. We're here to learn. We're having an exchange of ideas, right? So let me play this video. But before, we gatekeep for the likes and subscriptions, right in the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go.
That's so interesting that y'all give up on love. Like, money is hard to get. Everybody's just not coming up on millions every day. But y'all will fight for the rest of y'all lives to be financially free and to make some money. But the second that it's hard to find a good woman, you give up and you say, F these women and we going somewhere else. It's too hard. But you didn't say that about money. You don't give up.
Right. We don't give up on money because let's call a spade, right? Let's shuffle the deck real quick. You need money to survive in this life. You need it. You don't need women, right? And just so we're being fair, women, you don't need men to survive. You don't need. Right. We will eventually, if we all adopt this sort of idea and mentality, we will end the human existence as we know it on the planet. No natural disaster, no nuclear, no super weapon needed. We just stop getting along. Yeah. But we're just talking individual, survival. You don't need it. I think men give up on women because it's something that while you're pursuing, it has its own motives, it has its own moves, right? Pursuing money is a simple equation. We may not like it. We might not like our individual equation, i.e., here is time, here's pieces of my life that I'm exchanging for how you as a society value the skills that I'm willing to invest. Right? That's simple, right? Then there's other metrics of it. Investing said money, time, right, into a business and letting that business use part of that, your money, time, to make money for itself and then give you a commiserate fractional share of what you invested. Simple, right? Modus tollens, if P then Q. We get it. It's simple. Women are changeable. And women enjoy the fact that they are changeable, that today they feel like this, tomorrow they feel like that. In between, they can feel three different things. We know that and we accept it. I will not be on here trying to legislate and tell women, no, don't feel like that. Be like this. Be more logical. No, it's not going to happen. Right? It's not going to happen. And I think most of us, if the quicker we accept that and just say, okay, this is the box women existed, they can be like that. And there's no amount of throwing logic at them that's suddenly going to change their nature. That's right. You find a woman that is compatible with you and your mentality and your worldview and how you go about. But if you can't, there's always money, right? Just keep chasing that money, right? Keep chasing that money, keep chasing that money. There's a subset of women that's just going to be attracted to you because you have money, right? Yes, that's probably not who you want to share the rest of your life with. But at that point, most men are not thinking about the rest of their life. They're thinking, for the next hour, 2 hours, day, week, right? So if you chase money, we understand at the tail end of that, there may be some women. You can chase women for the rest of your life and not get one, right? You're chasing does not mean you're entitled to women. Your chasing doesn't mean that you suddenly are going to garner their interest. Doesn't work like that. I've got a couple of different videos that maybe I posted or have that are going to be posted. Just like that, that doesn't work. That does not work. So yeah, men chase money makes a lot of sense to men. It's not because you're giving up on something that's hard. You're giving up on something that seems unattainable and constantly runs away from you in a confusing labyrinth on top of a maze inside of a enigma. Right? You can understand that.
For money. You fight for it. I understand these women acting crazy. I call it out all the time. But the answer is not to give up. What kind of life will you have if you give up on everything that's hard? That's not.
Right. I think it's a terrible way to try to equate the things like you giving up on something that's hard. Yeah, some things you got to give up on. right? Right? Story time, right? Story time. I wanted to be Spider-Man when I was younger. Spider-Man was the guy, the agility, all that. Turns out you need to be bitten by a radioactive spider, which I couldn't seem to find to come across. And I needed to be in a comic. Impossible, right? So I gave up on it. It's too hard. I gave up on it. It's a dream that still haunts me to this day. But my life has been better for realizing that that's unattainable. And again, we're gonna have real talk corner right here, right now, right? Before we branch off and create a separate space where we can have real conversations with real people involved, right? I would love to do that. Right? Easy's real talk corner. Just stand by. Let's get some more subscribers, let's get some more momentum, and we can do something like that. But for large subset of men, they're not going to get, you know, women's attention. They're not. And it could be a combination of different reasons, right? We're not going to get into that. That's not real or unimagined. There's a large subset of men that are not going to get women's attention, period. And they have to sort of just accept that. So, what do you do in the meantime? Right? How do you cultivate a life? Well, you chase your hobbies and your interests, and money helps you attain some of those other hobbies and interests. It's not that it's that women are too hard. Just some of us are unequipped, right, for the game. Some of us haven't been, blessed by the gods themselves, genetically blessed by the gods. Some of us are in the wrong environment, and it's going to take us a large amount of time before we realize it. We say to people, you just got to find your tribe, you got to find your person, you got to look. But if you don't have the means to look, right, and it takes you years to develop that means, it takes you years to develop that outcome that maybe you need to go somewhere else. What are you supposed to do? Right? Yeah, you know what? If you chase money, more opportunities will open up to you. If you chase women, men, listen up. If you chase women, maybe, but now you still need that money once you get with her. You guys still money is still a thing that's going to be necessary. Let's again, we're in real talk corner, right? You're going to need money. Like, stop. Don't think. In fact, stay tuned. I got a video for that. I'll see you guys in the next one.